Hi guys, this is video 3 of my 4 simple basic tips on how to go fast and safe. Okay, so the third video is all based around corner entry. So we've got the body position right, we've got your track position right. Now you want to get that confidence to enter the corner as fast and as safe as you possibly can. Okay, so there's basic simple things that we can do on the bike which you'll know that you're doing when you hear me mention them now. Okay, so we've gone into the corner, you've hit the brakes, you've got your body off the side of the bike, you've used all of the racetrack, so you're right close to the white line going in. Now, what a majority of riders do that I coach when we go into corners is they all kill too much speed on the brakes. So it's almost like panic braking. So they panic brake, kill all the speed, release the brake, and then think, oh no, I could have went into the corner way faster than that. So what's the first thing you do when you've killed too much speed? Whack, you get back on the gas, and straight away, as soon as you get back on the gas, them forks, the seesaw, what we spoke about in video 1, the seesaw comes back. The more you get on the gas, some people think, oh, I've killed too much speed, so I need to make it up in the corner, so I'll just get on the gas harder through the corner. This is the most dangerous thing that you can do, because by getting on the gas hard when the bike's leant over, the forks come up and the bike is effectively a chopper then. The forks are fully extended so the bike doesn't want to turn no more, and then they wonder why the bike is running off the edge of the racetrack, because the bike doesn't want to turn when it's like a chopper like this. Okay, so to get the fastest entry speed into any corner, we need to be with the throttle fully closed off when we've released the brakes. Okay, so we hit the brakes, body off, used all the racetrack, let go of the brake. Now ideally, I always coach people to do all the braking in a straight line. Personally, I prefer not to teach people how to trail brake. Now, we all trail brake into corners. I do it, every fast rider does it, especially racers. But the difference between getting trail braking right and wrong is a very, very fine line. And I generally tend not to coach trail braking. Now, if you want to trail brake, that is entirely up to you, but I don't recommend it, because I think that a lot of people can go just as fast by doing all the braking in a straight line, let go of the brake. Now, here's the key area, making sure you're in the correct gear, so you've got the correct amount of engine braking into the corner. We want to go into the corner on fully closed throttle, so that the forks are pitched down and the seesaw is pitched down like this. Now, we want the forks to be as compressed as possible. Now, the more compressed the forks are down, the easier and faster the bike will turn. Okay, now, if you go into a nice, smooth, fast third gear corner and you're in the wrong gear, you're in second gear, chances are you'll have too much engine brake, so therefore the forks will load way too much. You'll run out of freewheel speed way too fast, and therefore the bike will pull you in, and obviously naturally you'll have to get on the gas and it'll be a bit twitchy. The opposite effect is if you're in a too high gear, when you do close the gas and you let go of the brakes, you'll have no engine braking to slow you down into the corner. So the key thing is making sure you're using the correct gear for each corner, so that you've got the correct amount of engine braking for that particular corner. Okay, so the key thing here, guys, on the corner entry is when we've released the brake, try not to kill too much speed. As long as you've got that body position correct and your body's hanging right off the bike, you're using all the track as we've said. Now, you should be able to release the brake with a correct amount of what I call freewheel speed into the corners. Now, it's exactly the same as we would on a bicycle. So the freewheel speed I'm talking about is from when we let go of the brake, I want enough freewheel speed, so I want to keep the gas fully closed all the way to the apex. Now, on some corners it's quite difficult to do this because the apex is quite far around the corner. On some slower corners it's much easier because the apex is closer to you. Okay, so we're going in, we're on fully closed gas, the forks are loaded, and that is the only time the bike will ever want to turn. The minute you crack the gas, if you've gone in too slow and you've killed too much brake, you crack the gas, the more you get on the throttle, the more the bike will run out wide and on offline. Okay. If you do go into a corner too slow, ideally just get on the gas a little bit, so just tick a little bit just to get you to where the apex is in the corner, And then at the apex is generally the point where the bike is pointing and facing the right way where you want it to go. So that's where we want to then be getting on the gas to as much maximum power as we possibly can as we're picking the bike up off the side of the tyre, okay? So, as I said guys, if you do kill too much speed on the brake, that's okay, not a problem. Just take a little bit just to get you to the apex and then get back on the gas. But ideally, in an ideal world, we're looking for fully closed throttle all the way to the apex on every particular corner. If you can do this, if you can manage fully closed gas all the way to the apex, then you've pretty much nailed your corner entry and you'll have entered the corner as fast as you possibly can. As I said guys, and I'll keep saying it again and again, you need to get them first two key areas right before you try going into corners fast and letting the brakes off and with this closed throttle technique into the corner, you need to have the correct body position and you need to be using all the track as well, okay? So please don't try entering the corner as fast as you possibly can, like I'm explaining, if you're getting them first two things wrong, because the chances are it's going to end up in a mess, okay? It's as simple as that guys. You know, anywhere, not every corner we hit the brakes going into, so generally some corners we might go in and we might just close the gas just to get the bike turned. It's a simple technique that works so powerful in long, big, fast corners. There's one way, the bike will only ever turn. Please remember this, the bike will only ever turn properly and as fast as you want it to when the throttle is fully closed. Okay, the minute you crack the throttle a little bit, you take the tension from the chain, the forks come up a little bit and the bike no longer wants to turn, okay? So, off the brakes, fully closed gas into all the corners, and as I said before, make sure you choose the correct gear for each particular corner, and there you'll have it. Hopefully you should be as fast as anybody into any turn you want. But remember guys, it's that closed throttle technique that makes the bike turn. Don't forget that. Doesn't matter what bike you ride, what suspension you've got on, how hard or how soft the suspension is, the bike will turn as long as that gas is fully closed. Okay, best of luck.